What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 RAW TV. So we already did a video about human growth hormone. We already did one about insulin. Now here's the other one. It's like the third wheel. It's the one that people used to think was the reason. This is after insulin was around and growth hormone was around. Then they were like, "There's something else that these pros are taking. They're making them huge." You know what it is? It's IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. And this one little vial of this stuff costs like, it was ridiculous when it came out. It was like $1,000 for like this little vial of this stuff. And you looked in it and it was like a little flake. I mean, you couldn't even see this stuff when it was in it. It was super expensive. It's supposed to be the key to growth and turn you into this monster. Now, what is IGF-1? IGF-1, your body makes IGF-1. It's called insulin-like growth factor. In essence, it works like insulin, but it is not insulin. So it really shouldn't give you that blood sugar drop that insulin has, but it's kind of like a combination of like growth hormone and insulin. So your body takes growth hormone and produces IGF in the liver. So in essence, the more that you can produce in that transformation, supposedly the more muscle you can get. That's what was supposedly believed. So once they figured out that they could manufacture this stuff synthetically, of course bodybuilders jumped on it right away, and some of them took the the original one, which it wasn't a receptor grade. It was a certain IGF that was out of the system very quickly. So it was only in your system for like 10 minutes after you injected this stuff. And then what happened was they figured out, well, this stuff doesn't work as good as it would if it bound to the receptor a little longer. So let's tweak it a little bit, and then we'll have IGF-1 long range factor. Long range 3 IGF-1. So it's LR3 IGF-1. So this is the one you see a lot now on a lot of message boards and stuff like that. It's technically not a hormone that's illegal. It's technically a protein peptide. It's like a gray market area. Now, does this stuff turn you into the big monster that it was supposed to? No, it's not going to be the big monster turn. There's actually another one called IGF-DES, which you can take before your workout, which this one will give you more endurance. Somehow, I'm not sure how it works, but it gives you more endurance. You get a few more extra reps. So there's a couple different forms of it out there. And it's not what you guys think it is. Again, this is not the thing that will blow you up like a balloon. It's supposed to cause sight enhancement too. Now, I'll tell you about the first time I tried IGF-1. So, you used to buy them in these little kits. Like, this is going back probably 15 years ago. It came with a little kit of a little vial and a little thing of acetic acid, which was what dissolves the IGF and keeps it more potent and keeps it lasting longer from degrading. And then the water. So you mix these things up and you have your little thing. Now, you take whatever the microgram dose is after your workout. It's supposed to increase muscle mass faster, and wherever you inject it, that muscle is supposed to grow faster than the other ones. And these were things that we were told. It was all like folklore. None of it's been proven because they've never used an IGF in an athlete, so they don't even know what it really does. They have no idea. So I used this stuff for a little while. What did I notice? I get better pumps in the gym. Did I notice any sight enhancement? I don't know if it was from the IGF or if it was from an inflammatory response from injecting something into my arms or wherever. I put it in my shoulders, my arms, whatever, to see if it actually worked, because the gains never stayed. So, I mean, obviously, if they didn't stay, it wasn't real muscle that it was gained. And, this is a lie, a flat-out myth that it increases the muscle you're shooting it in to be more. So, time went along for a little while. I used these kits on and off. They didn't really do that much. They didn't stack any muscle on any faster than if you had, just been training or taking whatever else. I mean, creatine actually gave you better gains than the IGF did after a while. So I bought another kit. I think it was, I want to say it was like Omega Labs was the kit. This is something that was out a while ago. And I read the stupid syringe wrong. So I sucked this stuff up and whacked it in the morning after my workout. And then it dawned on me that there's almost nothing left in the vial. I should have like 4 weeks left in this vial. Where the hell did it? Oh no, I took the wrong dosage on it. So at that point, I'm like, okay, now what happens? Do I die? Like, what happens? So at that point, what I did was I got on the computer and Googled IGF-1 long range 3 overdose. Pulled it up, and what it said was going to happen was you're going to have some joint aches, you may have some blood sugar crashes throughout the day, but it's going to last probably like 10 hours in your system because it's bound to the receptor a little bit differently. But they didn't say anything about muscle growth, which is why I was taking it to begin with. So again, I did get the joint. I mean, every joint in my body felt like it had been hit with a hammer by the end of the day. So obviously I knew this stuff was completely real that I was taking, but it was potent as hell at the same time. So, after that, I just decided, for the money that you're paying for it, it's not worth what you're, I didn't turn me into a pro bodybuilder overnight. It didn't do the effect, didn't have the effects, it didn't do what everybody claimed it would do. But the bottom line was, the people that I was listening to that were telling me how it worked, they were using it themselves, but they didn't look any better than I did. So why the hell did I listen to begin with? That's why a lot of times I'll look at someone's physique and say, you're telling me to do this and you do it, but you look like shit. So of course I'm not going to do it. If the monster in the gym comes up to me and says, man, I did this and it did this for me, I can't believe how well it worked. And then another monster in another gym says, man, I did this and I can't believe how it worked. Then now I have something to compare it to. Two jacked up guys, different places that are not trying to sell it to me. Both said that it worked. Now I can base, okay, if I get a third person, that's it. 3 strikes and you're out. That means that it probably does what it says it does. But if somebody's telling you that it does this and they don't look like it does anything, it probably doesn't do anything. So those are the 3. The big 3 that supposedly are the magical potion, the magical ingredient that turns you from a skinny little guy into a pro bodybuilder within like 2 months' time. IGF, HGH, and insulin. And you know what? They don't do it. Or else there'd be a hell of a lot bigger guys walking around because a whole bunch of people are taking this crap. And they don't look any better than the guy who just goes to the gym and does his workouts and freaking eats his creatine and takes a little bit of testosterone or something. So, bios3training@gmail.com. Comments down below. www.bios3training.com is the blog. And we're out.